And click. Finally finished editing the last Disney video. Time to relax with a little TV. Ooh, it's a Harry Potter weekend on Freeform. The new name for ABC Family.
Do justify the means. I think certainly no one could blame me. And if it falls to me to sort out the mess, to tie up the loose ends, then so be it. For the greater good. For the greater good. For the greater good. For the greater good.
I think I feel a
theory
coming on.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You just remember what your old pal said, babe. You've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to the Theoretical YouTube channel, where we take deleted scenes from our favorite movies and use them to entertain the internet.
But seriously though, anytime a Harry Potter character says these words, it's not just a filler for extra time. There are no coincidences like this in the Harry Potter universe.
And for those of you who either haven't read Harry Potter, never saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, or just clicked our thumbnail on accident, here's a little background.
Before the rise of Voldemort, the Wizarding World faced another evil guy with a vendetta against Muggles and Mudbloods. His name was Grindlewald. He's not very well represented in the main film franchise, but in the Fantastic Beasts movies, he's played by Johnny Depp. Come on, surely some of you noticed that.
Grindlewald has the distinction of being sort of a wizarding Adolf Hitler. In the 1940s, his outreach of evil reached the edges of Europe and possibly world domination levels, sort of unlike Voldemort, who stopped in England.
However, one of the most interesting aspects of his character is his relationship with everyone's favorite mentor, Albus Dumbledore.
Originally kicked out of Durmstrang, another wizarding school, Grindlewald ended up being next-door neighbors with Albus Dumbledore. Possibly the two most intelligent boys of their age, they began working on a project with two main goals. 1. Becoming the Masters of Death. 2.
Making the world a better place for wizard kind, by ridding the world of Muggles.
Dumbledore had a couple reservations on that last one, but after developing sort of a crush on his friend, he decided to just go along with the plan.
After the ambiguous, guilt-ridden death of Ariana Dumbledore, Albus and his friend parted ways, and they didn't meet again until Grindlewald started taking over the world. Eventually, Albus summed up enough courage to take on his friend and defeated him in 1945.
Grindlewald was then sent to Newmangard, a wizarding prison of his own creation, where he spent the rest of his days until he was killed and hunted down by Voldemort on his quest for the Elder Wand.
But what does all this have to do with Umbridge?
Grindlewald's justification for his actions and his method of recruitment to his cause was all under the guise of the greater good. The idea that all of his terrible acts could be explained away with the promise that the ends justify the means.
So when Umbridge repeats his words so explicitly, it's hard to just dismiss it as a coincidence.
But you're probably looking for a bit more evidence, and while we didn't find a lot, there's a little bit more out there.
First of all, Umbridge seems to hate 3 people more than anyone in her life. Voldemort, Harry Potter, and Albus Dumbledore all seem to hold a very special place in her heart. Reserved for loathing. Probably a bit of acid. Or 2. I bet that's a strange bunch of people to write a 10 Things I Hate About You script for.
First off, Harry Potter is shown to be by far Umbridge's least favorite student at Hogwarts, even so far as to be tortured by dear old Dolores. But why?
Harry Potter is disgraced by the Ministry of Magic in the beginning of the Order of the Phoenix. So Umbridge is literally being told by her boss to specifically hate this kid. Pretty absurd, right? Pretty sure a lot of Umbridge's hate towards Harry comes from his disrespect for her authority. She's trying to run a tight ship and he just keeps messing it up.
Next, Umbridge seems to dislike Voldemort more than just a general fear of the Dark Lord. Again, she's under orders from Fudge to try and dispel the rumors of his return, but there might be another reason that she absolutely refuses to acknowledge that he's back.
If she really is a follower of Grindelwald, then Voldemort becomes the person who replaced her master, both in control and renown.
Now here's the big one. Albus Dumbledore. Now, the whole backstory I told you isn't quite common knowledge. The only part that Umbridge would have heard before is that Dumbledore defeated her master and locked him up in prison for the rest of his life. Something that she would arguably not thank the guy for.
Now, Umbridge seems to be quite young to be one of the original followers of Grindelwald, but that's not what we're suggesting.
Probably the most likely conclusion that we've decided to draw is that Dolores Umbridge likes to ally herself with powerful wizards, kind of like Peter Pettigrew. She advances high into the Ministry of Magic because of her connection with the minister Cornelius Fudge.
However, when Fudge is kicked out of office, Umbridge stays, and even advances in the ranks, showing that she wasn't really that loyal. She was just using him to promote her career.
So when we suggest that Umbridge is a follower of Grindelwald, we're really trying to say that he's an idol of hers. She uses his philosophy to justify her terrible actions, and also adopts his goal of ridding the world of muggles and mudbloods alike. Of course, at this point, that's also Voldemort's goal, but I mean, that's beside the point, right?
So what do you think? Did we just waste your time with a long-winded explanation of how Umbridge is evil? Shocking.
As always, punch that subscribe button, leave a like, and maybe a comment too. Either way, we'll see you later.